Welcome back, students. In the last class, we have learnt about different types of quadrilaterals. Today we will learn about different properties of a parallelogram. Let us define a diagonal mathematically. A diagonal is a line segment joining two opposite vertices of a quadrilateral. Consider a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Here, AC and BD are two diagonals. Similarly, consider a quadrilateral PQRS. Over here, PR and QS are two diagonals. Theorem number 7. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. That means they cut themselves into two equal parts. Consider a quadrilateral ROAD. RA and OD are diagonals. If ROAD is a parallelogram, then RM is equal to MA and DM is equal to MO. Let us solve some simple problem based on the previous theorem. If ABCD is a parallelogram, AO is equal to 7 cm, DO is equal to 6 cm, find the length of OB and OC. From the previous theorem, we know that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Therefore, we can say that AO is equal to OC. And since we are told to find the value of OC, we know that value of OC will be equal to 7 cm. Similarly, DO is equal to OB and the value of DO is 6 cm. Therefore, OB will be equal to 6 cm. Theorem number 8. It is a converse of theorem number 7. It states that the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. Consider a quadrilateral ROAD, and RA and OD are diagonals. If RM is equal to MA and DM is equal to MO, then the given quadrilateral ROAD is a parallelogram. Let us discuss about some special parallelograms. The first parallelogram is rectangle. Consider a rectangle HARD. Here diagonals are equal. That means HR is equal to AD and diagonals bisect each other. So HO is equal to OR and DO is equal to OA. A second parallelogram is rhombus. Consider a parallelogram WARM. Here diagonals bisect each other. That is WO is equal to OR and OA is equal to OM. Diagonals are even perpendicular to each other. That means measure of angle WOA, angle AOR, angle ROM and angle MOW is equal to 90 degrees. Our third parallelogram is square. Over here, diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. That means HN is equal to AD, HO is equal to ON and DO is equal to OA. Let us solve some problems. Given a rectangle ABCD, find the value of x and length dB. So we are told that ABCD is a rectangle and we know that diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Therefore, AO is equal to OC. So we can write it as 2x is equal to 14 and x will be equal to 14 divided by 2. So we get the value of x as 7 cm. Next we are told to find the length of DB, that is diagonal DB. Since ABCD is a parallelogram, we know that diagonals are equal. Now we know the value of AC, that is AC is equal to AO plus OC, which is equal to 28 cm. Since diagonals are equal, AC is equal to DB, and since AC is equal to 28 cm, DB is also equal to 28 cm. So the value of x is 7 cm and length of DB is 28 cm. Our next problem is based on rhombus. Given a rhombus PQRS, find the measure of angle SOR. Since a given quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus, we know that diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, measure of angle SOR is equal to 90 degrees. The next theorem we have is midpoint theorem. It states that the line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides of the triangle is parallel to the third side. Here we have a triangle ABC. If E is the midpoint of AC and F is the midpoint of AB, then according to midpoint theorem, EF is parallel to CB. Next theorem is the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side, which means given a triangle ABC, if E is a midpoint of the side AC, that is, if AE is equal to EC, and it is also given that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle is parallel to another side, which means if EF is also parallel to CB, then according to the above theorem, the line drawn through the midpoint of the one side bisects the third side. That means the line drawn through point E bisects the side AB, which means AF is equal to FB. I hope, dear students, you have got a clear idea of the topics which I have covered today. This brings us to the end of this chapter. If you have any difficulties, then you may contact me. Thank you.